Hi, today we will be talking about a very interesting topic. What does it mean to be a professional person? Many people within the business context always talking about you need to be professional. This person is successful because this person is professional. This employee is the employee of the year because this employee is professional. Now let's consider what do we mean by professional. There is two types of professionalism. One is work-related and one is personal-related. Let's consider work-related because it's more relevant to within the context of business. A professional person is the person who acts or behaves beyond what an ordinary person can do within the business context. Again, this person is satisfying what is expected of him or her. So to be a professional person, you need to take a further step, a step ahead of ordinary people to be a shining star. There are some qualities attached to a professional person. For example, a professional person is ethical. Ethics is something not to be compromised for a professional person, meaning self-interest is not prioritized. They always go by what's right and what's wrong. A professional person always mature in thinking and in behavior. They know exactly what they need to do, why and where and how. They always can justify it based on an appropriate reasons and justifications. A professional person is a dependent person. You can depend on a person that you can trust. You know that this person, he or she, can perform as expected of him or her. Also, a professional person is very, very sensitive to cultural norms, especially if you are in an environment is not your home country where you are operating within a different cultural perspective. Also, a professional person is the person who keeps his or her word. A promise is a promise, meaning you don't need to sign a document in order to abide a professional person. A professional person will come and say, my word is my contract. Also, you will notice that a professional person behaves very well in group meetings, in group gathering, and at personal level, even when they are alone. They are well dressed, well spoken, and well mannered. Interestingly enough, professional person, they have the courtesy and the courage to say, I don't know. They don't consider I don't know as a sign of weakness as much as it's a sign of strength, because they always know and remember that you can always learn from different people at different capacities and levels. Another positive perspective about professional people and person is they are always honest. Honesty is something critical to them. They are always saying what needs to be done, irrespective of any political consideration or any religious consideration or any something related to cultural aspects. They always consider the true right and say it. They don't compromise the integrity of others to gain their promotion or to gain their pay. Another perspective of professional people is they know exactly what to do and how to do, with whom to do. And if they do their job, they do it to perfection. And they are not ashamed to go and ask other people for their help and support. After the break, we will be considering why professional people always successful. What do they do so special, different from other people? Stay tuned. Welcome back. Let's talk now, how do you know a professional person? First of all, professional people always abide to standards. There are different standards. So for example, dress code. You will see within the work context, professional people, perfectly attired. They wear their suits, and not only suits, their color combination. It comes in a acceptable manner and level. So for example, you don't see, for example, a professional person within a conservative working environment like a bank wearing a red suit. Although it's acceptable in different industries, in his or her industry like banking, they don't go with this. They abide to the dress code where they have to have a conservative tie, conservative suit, and conservative colors. Also, you will find professional people or person by their way of how they conduct themselves. So for example, they are always punctual. They are always on time, if not 5 minutes earlier. Interestingly enough, if you ask a professional person about the time, you will always notice that their watch is 5 minutes earlier, because they believe coming early is better than coming late and always provide an excuse. Professional person or people, they listen attentively and they analyze, they understand, and then they reply. Professional person and people, they always take notes and they don't interrupt people when they talk. And after they finish, they address all their points politely and diplomatically. Also, professional people, when they do work with others, they do pay the credit where it's due. They don't say, this is my work. No, they are with honesty and happily, they confer by acknowledging the efforts of others. Also, professional people, you can identify them by the way that they speak, especially, for example, in meetings or in presentations. They are confident, they are focused, they know what they're talking about, and they have full preparation and competence in what they're talking about. Also, professional people, when they address different people at lower levels than them, they always do this with courtesy, politeness, and respect. They don't have an egocentric approach when they deal with people at lower levels than them. Also, professional people, you can identify them clearly by how diplomatic they are when they talk to strangers. They always address themselves in a polite way, respect the others. So for example, a professional person would give his or her business card in a very polite and decent and respectable way, not just throwing a card to others. No, they notice the differences. A very interesting sign to identify a professional person is that you see this person when he or she goes to different cultures. They always ask, what's acceptable? What's not acceptable? Is there a specific color I should avoid? Is there a specific dress code I shouldn't wear? Is there a specific way that I should tackle, for example, and deal with females? Another sign is when they meet with people, they always introduce each of the team they're working with, because they don't want anyone to feel aliens in the group. From this, you can always find that professional people, they work hard on themselves, they strive to improve themselves, and they always stay focused in order to achieve the image and reputation they aspire. I hope this was helpful. I thank you for your attention and have a great day. Bye.